Hey there, it's Dr. Karen, and I wanted to share a little bit about an event that is going to happen inside the Clinical Leadership Mastermind Facebook group starting next week. So, what it is called the Clinical Leadership Roundtable. And in this event, I'm going to be walking pediatric clinicians through what I call the 3 stages of career exploration. But before I get into what that event is, I wanted to share a little bit about why I created it. So I am in September, I am launching a program called the School of Clinical Leadership that's designed to help pediatric therapists to launch the next stage of their career and really create a career that is customized to them, that allows them to provide services in the way that they really enjoy and that allows them to make a maximum impact on their field, on their clients that they serve, and also to work in a way that feels fulfilling to them. A lot of clinicians feel like they cannot serve in the way that they want to. There's a lot of limitations in the system, but I found that many of them really do like what they do, and a lot of them are able to work around some of these constraints. But the thing is that a lot of them feel like they could be doing more. And so I actually went through this experience myself when I transitioned out of the school systems back in 2018, and I was really making a career transition to the next stage of my career. So I was a school SLP for about 14 years, and I liked my job. I had a really good, set of coworkers. I had good administrators. I had a nice commute. It was a really good situation. But when I got towards the end of my doctoral program, I really wanted to make that next step. I was really ready for a new challenge. And I know that a lot of clinicians, some of them might, even if they like what they do, they sometimes wonder, could I be doing more? Is there something else out there for me? And they really want to explore and see how else they can be of service. And, this is something that I went through. And so this is exactly why I designed this Clinical Leadership Roundtable, to help people through this career exploration so they can really come up with a way to serve in a way that feels good to them. And there's a lot of different options. There are sometimes people are considering leadership positions. Sometimes they're considering doing some kind of consulting work or coaching on the side. Sometimes they want to start a private practice. Sometimes they might want to look into teaching positions at universities, whether it be doing adjunct work or whether they want to transition over to higher ed or, look into another credential and get more specialized. There's so many different options. It can be really difficult to figure out what the next step is. So in this Clinical Leadership Roundtable, what I'm going to be doing is guiding people through a self-discovery process to help them figure out what their strengths are, and then really line it up to my career matrix process, where I'm going to help you to figure out what you like, how you like to work, what your mission is, and then line that up with some different options for you. And then the final stage is that I'm going to guide you through a process that's going to help you to create what I refer to as micro experiments. And basically what this is that you're going to set up a series of experiments and test runs to test some of these different directions that you want to go. And there's 3 different reasons why we do these micro experiments. Number 1, it helps you to explore and figure out what you might like. Many times you're not really sure if a direction is right for you, and the only way to know if you like it is to try it. So part of this is exploratory, figuring out what you might like, what you might be interested in. The second reason is that a lot of these things that you can do are things that can serve the caseload that you have right now. There are a lot of things that I did when I was looking into different leadership positions in the school systems. And so I used to do a lot of different administrative projects that needed to be done in my district that nobody was doing, that helped my caseload right then and there. And it also helped me explore different activities to see if I actually liked doing them. Then there's a third reason why we do these micro experiments, and that is to help build up your portfolio of experience. A lot of times, if you are trying to transition to that next stage of your career and you're trying to figure out how to sell yourself, well, if you're in a position where you're a therapist and people just see you as a therapist, a lot of times it's kind of hard to reframe that and help them to see you as something else and see you in more of a leadership position. And so the way to do that is that you have to create experiences that can position you as a leader and give you those experiences that you can put on your resume and that you can use if you're interviewing, if you're selling services, if you're trying to create products. So the third reason that we do these micro experiments is to build up that portfolio of experience so that you can better sell yourself as a leader. So this is what I am going to be walking people through in the Clinical Leadership Roundtable next week. This is going to be an ongoing event for pediatric clinicians. So if you are an SLP, a social worker, a psychologist, an occupational therapist, music therapist, or any other specialized service provider that is providing services for kids, then I invite you to join us so that you can start to create that customized career path that feels aligned for you. So to sign up for the Clinical Leadership Roundtable, just go to drkarendudek-brannan.com/leadership roundtable. Again, that's drkarendudek-brannan.com/leadership roundtable.